Swimming 1111. I hope you're having a really good day. This reading is going to be, are they hiding something from you? Are they keeping something from you in this relationship? You know, I feel like a lot of you guys are wondering, are they really being honest with me? Is this really how they feel? Do they really love me? Do they really hate me? Do they really think this of me? You know, a lot of you guys have those questions, and I really want to get some resolve for you today. So we're going to find out some secrets that might be kept from you. We're going to start out with a general message, though, about what Spirit wants you to know. And Spirit, for me, guys, is Source. It is the energy that created the universe. It is the all-knowing, the all-seeing, the all-being. It is the energy from which we came and we will go back to. So that energy is what I want to tap into and see what Source wants to tell you. Now he or she is going, both, by the way, going to communicate to you in different ways. All of you are going to get this message differently. Some of you guys are going to feel like your guides are speaking directly to you. Some of you guys are going to feel like it's passed on relatives. Some of you guys are going to feel like it's your higher self, just talking to yourself, things you already knew, and it's just hitting you intuitively. And some of you guys, you're going to feel deeply connected directly to the Creator, directly to Source. So know that however you take this, you know, it is your message. You might even feel like you're taking this from your lover's higher self. Okay? So I don't know what relationship this is going to portend to. Keep in mind this can be romantic. This can be family. This can be partner, work-related also. I want you to keep it open and broad. This is a collective message. The universe is powerful. Source has the ability to create this message specifically different for each of you in a different way. Just like when you're reading a book, everyone's going to read it and interpret it maybe a little bit differently. So know that you all have a direct message from your highest self and Source. All right. Spirit, let's go ahead and communicate here with the collective. Please be here with me and use my body as a conduit, as a connection, as a way of communication. Communicate with us in the collective about what we need to know. What do you see the main issue is in our lives? What is something that we need to address? Yeah. No. All right. What is the main issue, Spirit? What is it we need to know? Give us a collective message as a group. What is the biggest issue here in our lives that we should focus on, that you see is an issue? Okay. Spirit, please guide and direct me with the biggest message that we need to know. What do you see that needs to be addressed? Please use my spirit, my body, my Source as a ways of communication to the collective. Thank you. Okay. Spirit, please give the collective a beautiful message from you on what you think the source energy is. All right. Ooh. Wow, guys. We got 2 cherries. Share. Share. That is the main energy here. Share in the blame. Share in the love. Share in the riches. Share in the pain. Share. The biggest problem is separation, division, blame, pointing fingers, whose fault it is, who did this, who did that. You know, share in that blame. This is a contract, a soul contract. This is a relationship, whether it's work related, whether it's love related, or family related. When there's 2, you share. 1, A, you chose to be here. B, they chose to be here. C, you made decisions, took actions. Then they responded. They responded and replied. They took decisions and actions on. Everyone had a choice. And by everyone's choice, it led you here right now. If you chose to be forgiving, if they chose to be stubborn and angry and unforgiving, if they chose to be forgiving and you chose to be stubborn, angry, and unforgiving, if you both choose to be forgiving, you see what I'm saying? That's just an example. If you go into a fight or an argument thinking, I'm here to complain, it's their fault, I'm wronged, I need to get out of here, you're just berating us, you're berating me, you're a terrible individual, you're terrible to live with, you're no fun, you're no good, you're toxic. What does that say about you? You're probably identical. In some alter universe kind of way. Some other dimension, you're identical. Whether it's in this world or not, you are making judgments. You are pointing fingers. You are now berating someone's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So everything that you want to point and blame, it's coming right back at you. Share in that, because in some vortex, in some reality, it's happening because you're experiencing it. So whatever you're experiencing, the universe has a funny way of mirroring that back to you. You know? So there is some concern there. Thank you for moderating. Not sure what's going on, but I saw it was like a lot of stuff going on. So thank you, markers, and thank you guys for taking care of it. Let's focus on the reading, guys. Let's be kind to each other and not come in videos starting shit. That would be not good. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but anyways, yeah, Spirit's just like, look, even if you are a victim, it's like you were in a place at a certain time, at a certain place, your soul knew where you were going to be. You had a walk of life, you had a path. Take your experience, learn from it, and grow from it. Forgiveness is an act of the universe. Forgiveness is a freedom. Hanging on to hate and anger is a chain. The universe is teaching us through tough lessons how to get rid of our chains, how to not be bound by karma to this earth. Whether it makes sense to you or not is really not the order of the day as far as the universe is concerned. It's more, are you willing to learn a spiritual message? Are you willing to grow? Whether it seems right or not right, are you willing to grow? Whether it seems fair or not, are you willing to grow? You know, maybe you're not getting what you want out of the deal. Are you willing to take that and move forward? If somebody's trying to split the two of you up constantly, are you going to let them win? Or are you going to fight for what you love and who you want? You know, these are all choices and questions that you guys should answer on your journey, whatever your relationship status is while watching this video. If you're watching this video and you're single, I don't know why. Why would you read a title that says, are they hiding something from you? And then watch the video and not have anyone in mind to be that person that is they, who is hiding something from you. So I just want to put that out there. If this is not your video, you're all alone in the world and there's nobody out there for you to be relating to in this video, it probably would not resonate nor make sense. And keep in mind, this relationship could be about family. It could be about work relationships. It could be about, you know, all kinds of things. Definitely about love for a lot of people. But, you know, this is something for you to think about. Are you in a partnership or are you not? And maybe for some of you guys, maybe this is about a past relationship that you recently got out of. Maybe this whole talk is going to be reflection. Maybe it's going to be a message of truth. So you can just look back on decisions, choices, words, actions made and said during a partnership. And it's something that you need to have closure with and you need to learn. Because maybe you didn't learn it then. So keep an open mind. Something is taking a turn here on its own. After we have the share card, we have look closer. Look closer because there's more to the story than meets the eye. Don't judge a book by its cover. You never know what's in there. If you judge this book by its cover, you might think it's a notebook to write in. You might think it's full of art. You might think it's got gold all through this book. You might think it's a coloring book, or, you know, you may have never thought you would open the book and it looks like real hands. You know, don't judge a book by its cover because the art is very different than what the cover is showing you. Very different. So, you know, you guys need to look closer at a situation. There's something that we're going to get into, and I don't know if it's lies, deception, deceit, love, sadness. I don't know what's being hidden. But Spirit is going to give you a look closer into the person that you might be having some questions about. How they really feel, what are their motives, and what Spirit has to say as a collective group about your situation. So please share in the blame, share in the celebration, share in the reward. Spirit gives us tough lessons to look inside of ourselves. And sometimes those lessons come through a painful transformation and rebirth. Sometimes these beautiful love lessons only come after we've broken ourselves open. Sometimes you have to fall apart to learn that you want to come back together. Isn't that a nice saying? You need to fall apart to learn why you were together, why you want to be together, why you came into this partnership in the first place, and really reflect. And if you need to break open to do it, then that's what Spirit says needs to be done. But share in it. Just share in everything. Share, share, share is the biggest message from Spirit right now so far about his and her opinion of your life and your relationships. Share. Okay. So when I pull cards, the ones that come out are the biggest message that Spirit wants you to know, that is like most important right now about your situation, like the details that are important to look at to make change, things that are still able to be fixed. That's why these cards come out. These are fixable. These are things that you have power over right now. These are things you can look at, have a new beginning. Everything under the bottom of the deck represents what's already done, buried, set in stone. It is what it is. There's no changing that opinion. Spirit's like, these opinions are changeable. The ones down here, not changeable. And by the way, not negotiable. These are for certain. So I just want to be clear on the message as we start opening up the cards, well, turning them over and discussing what's going on with you from Spirit's perspective, just so you kind of have an idea of how serious the situation is. Sorry, guys. Okay. First card out. Door to personal healing and happiness. And the first word I'm hearing is it's a choice. Your personal healing and your choices to happiness are all up to you. Spirit's going to open the door. Oh, he's going to make a way. You don't have to go in it, though. That's the thing. Spirit's like, I'm giving you a door out. I'm opening this up for you. I'm trying to give you a possibility here. I want to make things better for you. I want you to trust me. This is scary sometimes. But this one's pretty out in the open. It looks good. It looks shiny. It's promising. We've got a rainbow back there. We've got a dove. We have lotus flowers blooming on top of their little lily pad things. We've got a peacock back there that represents transformation and beauty. On the left side of this picture on the background, there's cracked, dry earth. On the other side, there's green grass, green pastures. There's beautiful wisteria flowers coming down, just promising this good smell of fragrance. Things are good here. On the inside is a wall with roots, and they're leading you out. All these roots and vines are wanting to bloom, and they're trying to reach the sun. So you are being guided out to a happier thing by Spirit. Let's go ahead and read that. All right, collective group. New beginnings in your personal life are coming. This card is a harbinger of positive changes. The beautiful light-filled door opens into a lush rainbow-lit spring field with vibrant lotus flowers. And whether you're working on some inner healing, such as breaking an addiction or looking to make some external changes, such as finding a new place to live, this card signals that your life is opening up and new opportunities are about to appear. The changes you've been working on are ready to blossom with wonderful results. So make sure you see your personal intentions through with continued action and optimistic expectations. Spirit, how do we know we are following the right path? How do we know we're making the right decisions? How do we know we're aligned? Maybe there's two different options. Maybe there's two good options. Maybe there's three good options. How do we pick? Is it really just one way, one choice, one path? Spirit's answer to me is this for you. There is one path that is broad and light and bright and open there is one path that feels like it's the least resistance. There is one path that feels warm, loving, happy, good, strong, free, hopeful, peaceful. There is one path that feels majority of all of those things. That's the right path. Your intuition wants you to follow the path that feels intuitively right. Steph, how do I know it's right? Maybe I'm a Virgo, maybe I'm an overthinker, maybe I'm a Libra, maybe I'm a Taurus, but how do I feel like it's right? How do I use my intuition? Meditate. Don't think from a place of ego. Don't come from a place of anger, judgment, resentment, especially judgment. Don't come from that place. That place will not help you find the door to personal healing and happiness. Judgment like that will only give you the door to ego, suffering, selfishness, isolation, resentment, self-preservation, worry, entitlement, lack, hopelessness, no other options that are smart. That is very left-brained. That's good sometimes, but Spirit says right now that's not the path. The masculine approach is last night. Stand up for yourself. Speak up for you. Draw a line in the sand. Create some boundaries. Do not let your inner negative thoughts beat you up. Don't let somebody else talk you into something or out of something. Meditate, get still, get calm. Let your feelings and your intuition guide you on the path of least resistance, the path that most likely will lead you to forgiveness, the path that leads you to family togetherness, the path that leads you to love, the path that leads you to mutual blame, sharing of the blame, sharing of the responsibilities, sharing of the burdens, sharing. Sharing and understandings. That's the path of love. Anyways, if you guys want any guidance from Spirit, he says, I want you to trust. And I want you to ask for a sign. I think some signs that you might want to ask for about your path are a dove, or white feathers, or a peacock, a lotus flower, and wooden doors, old wooden doors, or old wooden windows may be a sign. Carvings and intricacy, details may be a sign. An art picture may be a sign. Okay? I don't know. But those are a sign. But you know what I like about the dove? He brings peace. He brings a peace offering. And I think that's going to be a sign. Let the one who brings peace be the one to make the choice. Let the one who is calm and in a good state of mind and being and wants to be together and have love and forgiveness and freedom for all, let that person make the decisions, not the one that is hostile, angry, bitter, resentful, judgmental, argumentative, or negative, or close-minded, one-track mind. If you know anyone that is one-track minded, or it's yourself, that's not the path. So if you are feeling like, hey, Steph, that's me. I'm on the path of openness. I'm on the path of peace. I'm on the path of forgiveness. I'm on the path of understanding and love. I'm on the path. Then you're on the path to personal healing and personal happiness. And that's what Spirit wants to give you and bring you, and things are going to go good. Things are going to go really good. The next card here, oh, Lord Jesus. Well, I don't know how to interpret that yet. Spirit, I guess this is changeable, but remember we said all this is changeable, but we have a tower, what the heck? Okay, so Spirit sees a tower. This is a breakup, separation, end of relationship, last nail in the coffin. It's over, it's ruined, I've ruined it all, it's completely destroyed. The house is burning down. What do you do if your house catches on fire? Burns to the ground. What do you do if your relationship goes up in smoke, completely destroyed? There's nothing left to salvage, right? That's what you're like. There's nothing left. We've said the worst things we could say to each other. We've done the worst things we could do to each other, Steph. There's been actions taken that we can't take back. And it's just, whether this is business, family, or love, keep in mind relationship dynamics. But this is the end of all, is what you think. And Spirit's like, oh yeah. Let me tell you something, says Spirit to us. Towers will fall. People who have an ego, they think they're in power. They're wearing the crown. They're at the top of the tier, top of the tower. They will fall. Kingdoms fall. Rulers lose their power and control. People who think they've got it all the way they want to have it, they don't. Spirit has a funny way of ripping away power when you think you have it. And this is about humiliation, humbling. People will rise, but then they will fall even harder. Rising is gradual. The fall is fast. It may have taken you a long time to get here, but in a fraction of a second, in the fraction of losing your hat, losing your temper, okay, everything could fall apart in a moment's blink. And that's that lightning. You don't expect it. Tempers fly. Emotions roar like lightning, honestly. And this is Spirit's like, in a flash, you will lose everything. Isn't that so, guys? And this little like cliff reminds me of tears. Everything coming down. To me, it just looks like tears. Waterfalls. Someone's going to just be crying, tearful, upset. This is just falling apart. And the building's on fire. They're jumping out for their lives. They're like, if we stay in the tower, we're going to get burned alive. We're going to die. But if we jump out, at least we have some control of how we die. And we choose to leave. And maybe with the little mercy and grace, we'll survive. Or maybe we'll fall to our death. Either way, this is over. We're wishing for the best. And I kind of feel like Spirit's like, I wanted that whole situation to go. You know why? Because it wasn't working. Your foundation was terrible. The way you thought about your relationship, not right. The way you felt about your relationship, not right. The way you were trying to build your relationship, not right. The way you were trying to perhaps fix or handle the relationship, not right. this is just one of those moments where you're like, I lost it. But it's not necessarily all 100% your fault that this completely fell apart. Spirit wants you to know that. Don't take all the blame. Remember the share card. Spirit wants to share in some of that. Spirit says, I had a hand spiritually with destiny and fate and universal powers beyond your control. I had a hand in the timing astrologically. I had a hand in the moment to make this happen. It was time, just not your time. You didn't see it coming, but it was already in the books. You didn't know this was going to happen, but it really was. It was already destined. It's shocking to you. It's not shocking to the universe. Spirit's like, I saw this coming day one. I knew when you met this person, or I knew when you came into this agreement, I knew it was going to end in a tower. We were just waiting for the moment where you walked this path, learned these lessons, grew up a little bit to where this moment would happen, humble you, and change you permanently. Because you can rebuild after the tower. And that's what Spirit wants to say to you. Everything comes falling down, but you can rebuild. And that's why the star card comes after the tower, because it represents healing and restoration. You're not going to have the same exact tower. Half of those bricks are ruined, and they're not going to be usable to even build that. But you do have a location to start from. Spirit's like, we may not have everything the way it was, but we have a location. You know where you want to go, right? You know who you want. You know what you want. It's clear to you now. That's why the crown represents your ideas and your thoughts and your thinking. The crown represents your ideas have changed. Your thoughts have changed. Your stubbornness has changed. Everything. Now you see it differently. You feel it differently. You want something new. It's kind of the same, but at the same time, it's brand new. And so Spirit's like, you know what? You got this. Now you have a whole new plan, a whole new idea. Sometimes you have to throw everything away and start from scratch. This is a story of your life being written, and it looks like you lost that story. You started writing it, and you've been writing it for a long time, your story of your life. You had ideas, thoughts, preconceptualized ideas, assumptions, determinations. You had goals, and you knew where your life was headed. You had some idea of your life. This is a shock that knocked you down completely off your guard here and pulled the rug out from under you, tossed out your old book of your life, the story, and now you're sitting there like, who am I? Where do I start from? What do I want? Spirit wants you raw and real. That's what he's telling me. And yes, Spirit is he and she, but I refer to him as he a lot. That's just how I am, so it doesn't have to be that way. That's just how I refer to him, okay? That's how I feel comfortable. That's how I see him. So anyways, yeah, he's just like, I want you hurt, wounded. I want you on your knees, because that's when you look up. I want you losing everything, because that's when you go inside and you pray. I want you to have a blank start, because now you can start dreaming and sketching out another life. I want you there. And Spirit's like, I don't want to hurt you like that, but sometimes you need it. Like I said the other day, guys, I thought I was fine in my healing journey till recently. I did that transformation mantra. It's on my community channel if you want to go reference it and use it for yourself. It did work. And that mantra enlightened me. And the things that I thought I was certain about, 100% about, I went inside and it was more me than anything. That's how I feel. And it was transformative on my point of view, spiritually, emotionally, and just physically. And not everyone's going to believe you. You know, I have people in my family that are like, yeah, right. You're the same old. It's the same old. You're this person. You're that person. You're the old person. You're never who you are now. They're living in a vortex of past. They're not in the current. And they're living in a vortex of judgment, not at all from a heart space. They don't feel who I am. They don't feel my vibration because they don't vibrate with me. They're not aligned with me. They're aligned on some other path. That's them, and I'm not going to worry about it. But that's what this is. It's like, if people have to get lost along the way, so be it. You might lose a relationship with your mom. So be it. You might lose a relationship with siblings. So be it. You might lose a relationship with your kids. So be it. I know it's shocking, but look at my grandma and her situation. Her son is terrible. And she has to disconnect. He's toxic. And yeah, it hurts, but it's better than being involved in it, I can tell you that. But the good news, Spirit says, sometimes, like I said earlier, things have to fall apart so they can come together. One time I was putting together a puzzle with my grandma, and we had, I think, like 12 pieces in the wrong place. Oh my God. And we thought we lost all the pieces. And we were just like, wow, this puzzle's broke. It doesn't have all the pieces. We have extra pieces that don't fit anywhere. What's going on? And we looked so hard to find pieces that were misplaced, but it was such a fine, minute, little tiny difference that it was almost not able to be like seen with the naked eye. Like, it was just so small of a difference that we couldn't even tell. And so we had to literally take apart the puzzle and start from scratch, put it together again. And that's what this is. Sometimes you're trying so hard to fit things together, it's not working. Start from scratch. Take it apart. Dismantle this relationship. Take away the love, take away the certainty, take away the judgments, take away how you got in, what you want out of it. Just take it all away and look at it bare bones. Let's start building. And that's what Spirit wants you guys to do, is to lose it all and build again. Maybe with the same pieces, maybe with some new ones. Life changes. You have to be able to be changeable. If you are not able to be changeable, you're going to be very hurt. And if you're one-track minded, you're going to be even more hurt, because you're never going to be able to stay one track. That's just not possible. So you're going to be either A, super distraught that your plans are not working out the way you want, or B, you're going to be flexible. You're going to go with the flow. You're going to trust your spirit, your intuition and spirit, and you're going to go with this. You're going to trust what feels good, not what feels bad. And if you catch yourself fighting the things that feel good, if you catch yourself fighting forgiveness because you want to judge them harshly still, if you catch yourself wanting to separate because you just still feel negative about the situation or fearful or scared, that's on you, not the situation. You're acting out of a place of fear. You're not able to step into the moment because you're repeating patterns. You're reliving a vortex of, I'm scared. This happened before. It could happen again. That's having PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, and you are making decisions based on fear, which is false evidence appearing real. Everything is changeable. And people do change. Situations do change because spirits change. Are you the same person you were last year? Hell no. I hope not. Are you better or are you worse? That's not the question of the day, is it? But things do change, and we cannot simply say they stay the same. That's crazy. That's why enjoy things while they're good, because they probably won't last. And don't fret about things when they're bad, because they won't last either. This too shall pass. Are you angry right now? Are you pissed the fuck off? This too shall pass. Are you brokenhearted and sad and torn apart right now? Have they crushed you immensely? This too shall pass. Are you happy right now? Are you full of joy? Are you singing and dancing and just loving life, singing in the rain? Smelling the roses? Having peace? This too shall pass. That's the point. Spirit's like nothing lasts. And if you are unable to go with the changes and follow your heart, you're going to end up in a rut every time. Or you're going to be just pissed about changes. That's been a very hard lesson for me to learn. I've lost a lot in my life, and I continue to do so. And getting things ripped apart every time you get it settled is frustrating as hell. But it does feel good to have change. It does. And sometimes the good news, Spirit says, sometimes the change that you're going to have is not necessarily money or a house or a car or stuff. Sometimes the change that you're going to experience is a transformation of your soul. How cool is that? You might think it's about a house. You might think it's about a car. You might think it's about a relationship. But really the change is about you. So anyways, I don't know. That's what Spirit wants to say. We're going to go ahead and continue. The next card. What does Spirit want to say? Ooh, we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. This is selling yourself short. This is not giving yourself what you deserve. Flat out, guys, 100%. That's the card. Virgo vibes. This is also being stingy. Stubborn. Stingy and stubborn. This is lack of self-love, self-care. This is a lack of health. This is not having enough money. You just don't have enough money right now. It's not that it's not going to come. It's that it's not here right now. Why are you fretting about that? There's something that came in, you wanted it, and fuck, you just didn't get it. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe it was a car. Maybe it was a house. Maybe it was money. Maybe it was love. Who knows what this freaking tower is, guys? You know. Sorry. Spirit's like sometimes you get yes. Sometimes you get no. This is no for your own good. Woo! That's the message, guys. No, you cannot have it for your own good. No. You want to make a decision for someone? Tell them they have to move? It's better for everyone? No, says Spirit. Not going to happen. You want to stay somewhere? You want to stay where you are? The way it is? Exactly the price you have it? The front door you have? The kitchen you have? The car you have? No, you can't have it. It's not going to work the way it is anymore. Plan A, gone. Plan B, gone. You want to make this relationship work because you've agreed? Agreed to do what? I don't know. Spirit says no. You want to break up? Spirit says no. I don't know what's going on, guys, but there's kind of like this destruction here for everyone. And it's like, I'm not going to give you what you want. I'm not going to give you what you want, and I'm not going to give you what you want. No one's getting what they want. Not you, not you, not anyone else left in that building. Oh, you think you know better? Nine of Pentacles, pre-Empress in reverse. You know the way. You know the path. You know what's right for everybody. You know what's right for you. No, you don't. I'm sorry, but that's what that card is. No, you don't. I'm sorry. Jack Wolf, if you're here, he gave advice to somebody on another channel. He's like, if you're not triggered easily, go watch JKS. I laughed because I'm like, wow, is my channel a channel of spankings? Is my channel like a trigger-worthy channel? Like, am I really? Maybe I am. I don't try to be. I just want to speak the truth. Sometimes the truth gets you in trouble. Are you prepared to deal with that? Sometimes when you speak the truth, you don't get the result you want. That's for damn sure. Guys, I have spoken my truth and gotten kicked in the teeth. I have spit facts and been disliked. You got to be up for that. Sometimes standing up for the truth means you're standing alone. Are you ready to do that? Are you brave enough, strong enough to deal with that? No one said being honest was going to get you likes. But lying will. Lying, going along with everything, pretending, oh yeah, that will get you likes. You'll get a bunch of likes. Because you're, you know? Anyways, I'm going to read this because I feel like it needs a different message than just my interpretation from it. Well, maybe not because oh yeah, there it is. Okay. My trigger-worthy channel. I'm going to read it straight out of the book, okay? Because I don't just want to give you my feelings on it. I want you to have the whole story. When the Nine of Pentacles, and it is from this deck, when the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse, it says that you may be having a creative block. You may be feeling frustrated, even with money or work or tangible things. This is time to reassess your choices, even your career choices. Reassessment is what this card says straight out of the book. Straight out of Compton. Your plan didn't work out. You have to redo it, period. That's the door to happiness. You're not going to like it. You're probably going to resist it. Spirit wants you to be led. And I'm promising you, I am helping you. I'm not just scaring you. A lot of us are absolutely torn between what is the right path, how do I know? And like I said earlier, the path to love, the path to forgiveness, the path to mutual understanding and togetherness and union with spirit and with those you truly love. And you're in harmony with the dove, which is the sign. I think the dove is the sign. He carries the olive branch. The olive branch is peace. The right path and the clue and the arrows pointing you on the right path is the path to peace. Yes, this is a collective, Asadisman. It's for everybody. The path to peace is the right path. The path to anger, resentment, judgment, frustration, and separation is not the path. That path is being destroyed. Bitterness and pain and suffering, that path is being fucking destroyed. A lack of self-love, self-care being destroyed. A lack of boundaries being fucking destroyed. You deserve good things, but so do they. Oh, there's the answer. That's it, guys. Spirit's like, honey, you nailed it. I nailed it. That's what Spirit told me. You deserve good things, and so do they. Whoever this person is in the relationship. You deserve blessings, so do they. You deserve your wildest dreams come true, so do they. You deserve miracles, so do they. You deserve forgiveness for your fuck-ups, so do they. You deserve understanding, so do they. That's the whole enchilada. Spirit's like, you freaking nailed it. That's the freaking sign. Share. And that's probably the whole reading. I'm going to get more cards, but Spirit's like, that's the reading, Steph. That's the reading. That's the reading. Spirit's like, I want to bless both of you. I'm not trying to screw one and help the other one. Okay? Oh, hell no. Spirit's like, do you think I'm going to let you or anyone get hurt or allow you to hurt them? You think I'm going to let anyone screw each other out of something? When it comes to a spiritual blessing, an astrological, transformational transit that brings opportunity and growth and healing and this freaking door to personal healing and happiness, you think this door is just for you? Or do you think that door, my friends, is just for them? Because sometimes it's the other way, honey. You think that door is just for them? They're going to get the love. They're going to get the glory. They're going to get the golden goose that lays 1,000 golden eggs. They're going to get it all. You're just going to get shortchanged. Spirit says, fuck that and get that out of your head. Lack, fear, false evidence appearing real with your bullshit, your judgments. They're false, they're wrong, they're lack, they're negative, they're toxic. Oh no. I want to give peace offerings. I want the olive branch. I want everyone to win. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for that message. Because that is truly a wake-up call on the inside and the outside. That's the crown being knocked off its tower and saying, you're right. You're right, Spirit. You're right. There's more than enough for everybody. There's more than enough for everyone in the world to have so much. There is more than enough. I don't know why I was thinking lack. I don't know why I was thinking there was only one cup of the Holy Grail out there and it wasn't for me or I was fighting for it. I don't know why I thought there was only one way. I don't know why I thought only one person deserves and the other person doesn't. I don't know why I was trying to sit on the throne of judgment and point fingers at someone and say, you get this and you get that. And I have the right to dictate, puppet master, and judge. I don't know why I put myself on that throne. Thank you for taking me out of the seat of judgment. Thank you for taking me out of my own head. Thank you for taking me out of my own ego. And thank you for destroying the plan of my life that was not leading me to greener pastures, but to lack. Okay, so thank you for that one, my Spirit. Let's keep going. The next card is, ooh, we got change, my friends. Allowing things to happen naturally. I love this card. This is in Maroon Bells, I believe. I don't know. But guys, just breathe. This feels good. Change feels good. We don't like it, honestly. The only time change feels good is when you're really suffering and you're like, oh yeah, change is totally good. But when you're not truly suffering, change hurts because you don't want it to end. So I don't know what part of the spectrum you're on with this, but Spirit's like, listen, I know. I know change is a difficult thing to adjust to, but if you allow it to happen naturally and you're not trying to make big decisions, big moves, big plans, you're not trying to be the puppet master of change, it will happen naturally. Some people feel like they need to take control and tell everybody what to do. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to get this money and you need to apply it here. You need to move here. This is the best place. I'm smart. I'm wise. I have a big intuition. I know what I'm doing. I'm experienced. I'm blah, blah, blah. You need to trust me. This is the right move. I've done calculations. I've done numbers. This is it. This is the right way. Or, you know, after everything that we've experienced and had, this is the ultimate decision. Vast majority says blah, blah, blah. None of that is natural. That's all controlled. That's all devil energy. Spirit says real change happens effortlessly. Real change just inspires. The universe inspires. You don't have to convince somebody. You don't have to talk them into it. The truth will speak for itself. The evidence will prove real. The universe has a strange way of showing up through people, through places, through things, through miracles, through opportunities. But if there is something blocking you, if something's holding you back from what you want, don't let it. Don't let it. Allow the universe to make another way. If there is no way, if there is just a flat out closed door, and it is not going to happen in your favor, and it feels unjust, and it feels not right, it doesn't feel prosperous, it doesn't feel good, it's not putting you on a path of financial gain or prosperity or happiness, peace, and abundance, then it's not the right path. If you think, well, it's the right decision, I should move, it will take care of A, B, and C. But at the same time, it makes you pay more, suffer more, lose more. It causes suffering to your relationship. It causes suffering to your business. It causes suffering to your kids or your family. It causes suffering on your mental and spiritual health. It's not the right way. Even if it seems to solve like certain problems. Like, well, it's not all bad. You know, it's a good decision. It's not all bad. There's some good in it. Look what could happen. I know it's going to be more. I know it's going to bring stress. I know it's going to break up relationships. And I know you're going to still financially suffer either way. But at least this way you'll have a little bit. Spirit's like, no, that's not effortless. That takes a lot of effort. A lot of extraneous physical energy, mental, spiritual decline, loss. It's just not right for you, whatever the situation is. And Spirit's like, no, no, no. Allowing things to be natural is not going to hurt you like that. Whenever the trees start to turn colors, the universe doesn't force them to go from green to red or orange or yellow immediately. It's not like, well, it's fall today. Everyone, turn colors immediately, right? Oh, crap. Well, that was just a message. Yep, we cannot do that, guys. Why did I have my coffee there in the first place? Let me get a rag, guys. Or tissue. For Pete's sakes, you saw coffee spill in action. In action. Spilling coffee. I wonder what kind of an omen that is. Guys, this is just nuts. I wish you could just be here and see just the mess I'm in here. I have so much going on. This is the last thing I wanted to deal with. The last. And here I am. I'm sure there's going to be a message. Spirit's like, Steph, give it a second. I'm going to give you a message about this coffee. There is a reason. There's a reason. You guys might not believe it, but there's a reason. A lot of you, especially Virgos, Libras, you guys might, oh no, it happened because you put your coffee in the wrong spot. It was just an accident. It wasn't the universe. There wasn't some major message from spilling coffee. It was just carelessness, laziness, whatever. No, there's a message. And the message is, sometimes things get messed up. They don't go as planned. They're embarrassing. They cause damage. It's a wreck. It disrupts you. It disrupts your life. It causes stress and strain. That's the tower. It causes so much disruption. Everything was going fine. Everything was fine. And then that happens. I had all my ducks in a row. It was a good message. We were on a roll. We were moving to the next card. Things were going fine. And then this happened. Spirit says it happened for a reason. Happens for a reason. Sometimes, yeah, you're going to be disrupted, but why? And Spirit says there's a reason you put your coffee there. There's a reason. The reason is we make changes for the better. Now I have more space. Look, I can put my other deck over here. I didn't have room before. I did not have room. Now I just made some room. Look at that, guys. Sometimes it reorganizes your desk for the better. I didn't have room for this. It was stacked somewhere else. Now I've got room for it. We destroy a foundation to make room for something that needs to be here. Something needed to come in. Something needed to happen. Maybe you didn't have room. Maybe you didn't have money. Maybe you didn't have time. Maybe there wasn't space. Okay? And this disruption happened so you could put that into motion. And it does happen easily and naturally. It just flows. And when Spirit makes a disruption, shakes things up a bit, it's for change for the better. And like I was saying before the coffee interruption, the universe cannot force the leaves to change color just because it's fall time. You cannot force a situation to perform for you just because time's up. You had a deadline, it's time. You had a promise, it's time to deliver. We promised something, we're going to follow through with it. You discussed something, I've already made up my mind. And a lot of you, this is, I already made up my mind. Spirit says, leave that up to me. Just when you think you've made up your mind, it's going to change. Just when you think it's still summer, it starts turning to fall. One night, you'll have a summer night and it's warm and there's crickets. The next night, there's a chill in the air. And you're like, where did summer go? You notice that the change is slight. At first, it's only in the evening, late, and you'll notice the chill in the air. But you know that's a sign that the cold is coming. Fall is here. That is the change. You may not notice the leaves turning colors till it goes from green to light green to dark yellow to light yellow to bright yellow, orange, and red. This is a gradual change. It's not just going to be, oh, I woke up today and the next day everything's changed. So Spirit's like, you may have one idea today, let it go. You're going to have a different idea tomorrow. And if you don't think that ideas come and go, emotions come and go, plans come and go, you're in the wrong. Be open to personal healing by reflecting that change happens the way it should. And there are signs. Sometimes you don't want to see the signs. Sometimes you ignore the signs. Okay? I had been coming to my family with issues for like a year, needing help. I'm just going to use this as an example. I hope it resonates with someone. And it could be about love or work, romance. It could be about your kids, could be about financials, could be about family for you. I don't know. I'm just going to share. But the story Spirit wants me to share. Spirit says, share your experiences. That's why you're my voice. That's why I picked you as a conduit to relay messages and teachings. So anyways, I was coming to my family for over a year to get help about a relationship situation. And every time I went, they did not want to help me. It was, oh, you guys got to talk about it yourselves. Oh, you're going to have to deal with it on your own. Oh, you need help paying the HOA. You don't know where to go. I'm too busy. Why don't you guys look on the contract? You know, something like that. Oh, you need help. You need this. You need that. I'm too busy. I've got my own life. You know, it was always like that. Oh, you have emotional issues. You have quarrels. You have feelings hurt. You feel you're not heard. You know what I mean? That's your problem. You need to deal with it. You need to go talk to them. Why are you coming to us? I was coming to them thinking they would help. I was coming to them thinking they would give me an answer. I was coming to them thinking they would set up a meeting. They would be a mediator. They would come to the table with some offer, some guidance, a handout, help. But I was wrong. I had to do some reflection. You cannot go to someone else seeking resolve. And I went time and time and time again. Help, 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 help. Maybe you guys are going to Spirit. Maybe you guys are going to your parents. Maybe you guys are going to your best friend. Maybe you guys are going who knows where, okay, to seek guidance or instruction or, you know, some kind of help. You're going in the wrong direction. Because the reflection I found just recently is you can't go to someone else for help. You have to go help yourself, and you have to talk directly to someone. Because what good is it to talk to someone else? How does that help? Are they personally involved? Do they have feelings? Are they attached? Are they gaining or losing something like you are? Why would they care as much as you care? Why would someone even bother? Even if they are family or friend or lover or counsel? No one has invested as much love and time and energy and emotions as you have. And the only one that can help you is you. The only one who cares as much as you. The only one who feels the way you do is you. And I had to learn that, because as much as I went seeking and asking and trying to get help and guidance, it led me on a course of destruction of myself, inner reflection. Hi.
Why you told me to give you this, but it's a real world. It's just one piece.
Oh, thank you, baby. I love you. My daughter is so funny. She's Virgo, right? When she blows her nose, she does it in squares. She counts the squares. So she will tear off 2 squares, and that's enough for a nose. So she gets toilet paper and she'll like cut them out into 2 squares. She gave me 1, but she doesn't want to waste toilet paper. She's so funny. So she uses 2 squares, and it's hilarious. Well, she has a moon Virgo. Wait, no, she's a double Taurus, but she does have something Virgo. It might be her Jupiter, but that's her wisdom. Her wisdom is to make sense and to be like that. Anyways, it's just funny. But she does have Virgo traits, and she's usually pretty organized and structured, and it's just funny how she tries to keep me aligned, you know? Anyways, it's just funny. I just wanted to share that little tidbit with the Virgo vibe of details and stuff like that. Because that's definitely here. It's paying attention to details, managing, you know, working hard, stuff like that. I forgot what I was even talking about before that. I'm so sorry. Where was I at? Where was I at, guys? Well, anyways, the point of the whole situation that we're seeing with changes, personal change is going to come inside from you. And when you realize a wake-up call with the tower, oh my God, and maybe you guys saw what I was going through a long time ago, and you knew what I needed to know a long time ago, but I didn't know what I needed to know a long time ago. This is my path, and I can only get my wake-up call when I need to get it. You know what I'm saying? It can only click with me when it's ready to click with me. And that's what this means. A change happens naturally. So if you guys ever try to puppeteer, force someone to awaken, force someone to reflect, force someone to think, you can't do it. You cannot force someone at all. And Spirit is just like, I'm telling you the truth. There's no way, as much as you know the way and someone doesn't, that you're going to force them. They have to do it on their own. They have to wake up and bloom on their own. And that's the wake-up call I had, guys. As much as they kept telling me, we're not involved, we can't help you, we can't give you any advice, we can't bring you two together, we can't help you guys talk, we can't give you any actual substance of problem solving, because the people that I was coming to wouldn't actually help. They just talked. They just spoke to me, and they went back to their lives. They never really stuck out their neck and like made something happen, brought us together and made change. You know why? Because Spirit said that's not how it was supposed to happen. It wasn't up to them. They weren't in control. They weren't the ones that had the ultimate transformative elixir. It had to happen inside of me. I had to wake up. I had to realize the error of my ways. And also, the people involved also had to realize the error of their ways. The error of what led to frustrations also, because it's all about personal reflection. And whether you're in an argument with someone or you're just separating, you know, it's all about looking inside yourself and saying, hey, you know what? I've got some things inside of me I don't like. I've got some things happening in my emotions that aren't good. I've got some behaviors I want to change because I don't maybe like the results that I have. And we talked about Will Smith slapping people last night. He really did have a public apology, and I believe he meant it, because Will Smith has always shown acts of kindness, acts of greatness from him, a lot of wisdom. And he had a big moment where he lost it for whatever reason. But it's not how bad you mess up and make a mistake. That's not the moment that should make you who you are. It's how you come back from it. Are you going to be upset, run away, and hide? Stay strong to yourself and pretend like I'm righteous? Even if you feel like you're righteous, because maybe Will Smith felt justified. And maybe what he did was justified. But there's a part of him that says it wasn't. There's a part of him that says, I lost my control. There's a part of him that said, I made a mistake. There's a part of him that said that wasn't the right time, nor the place. There's a part of him that says, I could have done that better. I could have spoke to Chris Rock after the jokes, later that night, pulled him aside and said, hey man, we've known each other for a while. And you're too serious with your jokes. I'm offended. You know, my wife is going through a health issue. It really hurt. I don't know if you're aware of that, but your joke was not funny. It was disrespectful. And I don't ever want you to do that again, ever. Or you and me are going to have real problems. And if you have a heart at all, watch yourself with people. Sometimes you get too out of hand. You know, that might have taken Chris Rock back a lot and made him think twice about what are his boundaries. And it's funny because last night we did the video with the Batman slap in him, but it did talk about boundaries, didn't it, guys? At the end of the video. And it talked about the masculine. And it's like, you need to draw boundaries for yourself so you don't lose control, so you don't lose it. You need to draw boundaries for yourself and others. Sometimes you have to tell people, hey, don't talk to me like that. You know, whether it's your parent or your daughter or your son or your brother or your sister or your lover or their mother or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey now, I may be your lover, your wife, your husband. I may be your daughter or your son. I may be, you know, your best friend. But don't talk to me like that. Don't treat me like that. Watch yourself, because I'm going to walk away, or I'm going to draw the line, or I'm going to cut you off, or I'm going to take action, and it's not going to be good. You're not going to like the action I take. You're pushing it too far. Stop. Draw the line, say, I will not be dishonored and treated that way. I won't. I'm human. I'm a person. I have a heart and feelings. I'm a soul. I have a path. I have a choice on who I allow in my life. I have a choice on who I listen from. I have a choice on who I need to have to be around. I have a choice on who I want my kids to be around. I have a choice. I don't have to be here. Sometimes drawing that line is helpful. And there's a lot of that in this message also with this card. Self-respect. Draw the line. Create a boundary. We have insane justice. I effing hate that. I feel you. Yeah. So anyways, guys, we're on the mission here. We're totally getting the message. You guys have been dishonored and disrespected. There is a foundation coming down. I think it's a relationship separation, to be honest. It may not be, though. It may be a job failing, losing, a business that is falling apart, that is just crumbling, a business partnership that is no longer working, Okay? This may be a family connection that you just don't want around anymore. This may be the end of a contract, an agreement. This may be the end of life as you know it, you know, however this is. Whatever this tower is, there were signs. The point is, like I was saying, there were signs. Now, when I kept coming to my family for a year, those were signs, growing pains, contractions. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Those were just warning signs. If they really wanted to help, in my opinion, they would have helped then. Now everyone wants to cry because it's too late. It's too late. The warning signs came and went. It already happened naturally. You just don't think it did because you don't want to pay attention to the signs. But believe me, it happened naturally. It did. Sometimes we just flat out ignore them. The cool nights before winter hits. Okay? But there were signs. The trolls were about. Okay? And, you know, this is don't create a storm and cry when it rains. Take responsibility for your actions is also this card. Enough with the fingers and the blame. You are where you are because you put yourself there. You are where you are because you said what you said. You did what you did. You chose what you chose. That's the point. The universe is like share. Share in the glory and the celebrations and share in the downfalls. Somebody just had a saying, and I totally agree. If you're not going to ball with me on the court, ball means play. If you're not going to play with me on the court, if you're not going to go ball with me, don't come to the win. Don't celebrate with me at the win. If you're not out there balling on the court with me, don't come and celebrate with the win. You got to be balling with me the whole time to celebrate in the win. The same story with the mother hen. I'm asking everybody, hey, does anybody want to help me plant some seeds to grow some corn? No, we're too busy. Hey, does anybody want to help me water the seeds for the corn? Nah, we're too busy. We got other things going on. We got a lot of shit to do. Hey, does anybody want to help me harvest the corn? No, we got a lot going on. We're not available. Hey, does anyone want to help me grind the corn into meal? I'm really wanting to make some cornbread. No, we're too busy. We have a lot going on. Busy, you got schedules. We got a bunch of shit going on. I got to worry about my own life. We have our own life to worry about. I know you want cornmeal. I know you want to grow corn. I know you need help. But you chose to make that happen. So you go ahead and deal with your corn. That's your choice. You want to grow corn, you deal with it. You harvest it. You meal it. I never asked to grow corn. I never wanted to plant that seed with you. Please don't come at me and bother me with what it is you're trying to grow. That's on you. That's what you want. Okay. Then Mother Hen goes ahead and bakes the cornbread. Pulls it out of the oven. It's a big sheet of sweet cornbread ready to be dressed with honey. She worked hard and labored hard. She made something beautiful and wonderful by herself. And now all of a sudden, everybody from around smells the cornbread. And what do they want? They all want to rush over and say, share some of that cornbread with me, please. You can't eat it all yourself. We're all a community. Share some of that cornbread. Mother Hen's like, no, you didn't help me plant the seed, till the ground. You didn't help me water it. You didn't help me grow it. You didn't help me harvest it. You didn't help me transform it into meal for this freaking cornbread. Now you want it? Do I need to bring up the story of the grasshopper and the ant? These are stories we've heard since we were kids. The point of those stories is if you want to partake in the win, you better ball in the court. Because believe me, Spirit is watching. And the only one that needs to make judgments is Source. Because Source is the giver of karmas, and he will deliver. All right? So, believe me, the grasshopper can't be lazy all winter. And make fun of the ant for back and forth harvesting of food to store it for winter. Making fun of the ant and saying, "Ant, you don't enjoy life. You don't have fun. You don't take it easy. You don't do blah, blah, blah." And then when it's winter, knocking on that ant's door, "Can you let me in? It's cold. I'm hungry. I don't have anywhere to go." Same moral of the story. Okay? Same moral. Anyways, we're going to move on. But Spirit's like, I'm watching. Okay? I'm totally watching. Next card. What does Spirit want to say? Ooh, we got Capricorn. So we might be dealing with a Capricorn possibly, but we have full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Oh, you guys are nearing the end. This has been very hard. Whatever you're dealing with in your relationship and in your situation, very, very, very hard. Spirit's like, it's going to be all right. We're almost there. I know you're in the thick of it. You're very deep into the forest that you can't see through the trees. But right outside, a few more trees here, is an open field pasture. You're going to have clarity. You're going to be unlost. You're going to know where you're at. You're going to have direction. You're going to have answers. The end of this tough period is almost here. I'm really just hearing, hang in there, guys. Hang in there. Okay. Okay, you want to know what is so weird? We just had a new moon in Pisces. Or a full moon in Pisces. I don't know. And literally I opened the book to new moon in Pisces. And that's the emotions we've all been going through. Guys, this just happened a couple days ago. And there's a message with that. And it says, meditate and contemplate. I just want to read that because I think that's an additional. It's not coincidence that I opened it up on that page. It says, face your fears. False evidence appearing real. They may be holding you back. This situation is being healed. It's time to surrender to the divine. Chant Om Namo Narayani. Avoid being deceptive or willingly allowing yourself to be deceived. Your feelings are going to guide your way. Logic will not work right now. Boom, that's the message from Spirit. And we knew it since this card. Logic will not work. It will not work in this tower to figure shit out. Your feelings, your guidance towards love, humility, forgiveness, peace, the olive branch, that, my friend, is the way. Okay. I'm going to read it because I think it's important. The new moon in Pisces, this card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests there's a new start coming your way connected to a matter that has left you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being in a totally altered state. There could be confusion right now in your life, major disappointment. If that's what you've had before and that's what you're expecting again, if you're living in a past mentality of this happened and happened and happened and it's only going to happen again. You, my friend, need to adjust your vortex. Get out of that thought. Stop saying it happened before, it's going to happen again. Knock it off. You are living in a moment of lack, cloudy deception, fear. However, if you're onto a good thing, then wish hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. It may take a little longer than you thought, but if all that sounds a little wet and watery, then that's Pisces for you. This is the last sign of the zodiac. And the new moon in Pisces card suggests this might be a last-ditch chance to make your dreams come true. The Pisces is the sign of reveries and mysteries, depths and emotion, idealism and hopeless romantics. It's a sign of water and unconscious. It's the energy of the deep, watery depths of the ocean, the deepest parts of the ocean. Whatever you guys have been feeling so deeply, as you pull this card, it's more likely than the truth. And unless you've been kidding yourself somehow, and you only know if that's the case or not. All right, so that's that additional message. We're going to read the full moon. Hey, Mariah. I'm sorry to bug you. My throat's stupid right now. I spilled my coffee on the desk. Yeah. Can you please get me some more? You know the Keurig, it has those little banana nut coffee capsules? It's orange. It's a capsule with orange. It's where that rack is for the hanging mugs on the top in a little basket. The coffees are there. Can you please put one of those coffee in the Keurig and put it in here with that sugar-free cream?
You don't want a napkin or anything?
Oh,
you just picked it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Orange, right?
Yeah, it's an orange cap covered Keurig thing. Thank you. Okay. Anyways. So, we're reading this card. This is what Spirit says you can work on, okay? How hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. Family issues may come to a head. Big decisions may come to a head. If you're wondering if you should stay or leave, this card could be a strong sign to make an exit. The end of a rough time is forecast. This card also asks you to consider how ambitious you are and whether you're prepared to pull out all the stops to make your dreams come true without being ruthless. The key word here, though, is without being ruthless. Love is necessary. With a love question, this card can be a call to face reality. What is your relationship like? Why is it like that? What have you done? What have they done? What do you want? What are the possibilities? Because whatever situation you're asking about, making a plan will help. Your personal life has been lacking a plan. And if your personal life is troubled, this card says you need to prioritize a lot more. The Attune to the Moon message about how to trust is release control. Let go and trust the universe. No more puppet master. Please release control and trust the universe. Remember, change is allowing things to happen naturally. If you feel that you have to have your hand in the pot and you have to stir it because this is not going to happen without that, that's the wrong move. If you feel you have to make that call, ring, ring, and get things moving, if you feel you have to take action for someone else, do their job for them, do something for them, that's the wrong move. You're not allowing things to happen naturally. This is not the time to step in and take control. This is the time to step away and let the universe do what it does and just let this evolve. It says here that a professional or contractual situation may be ending right now. I repeat, a professional or contractual situation may be ending right now. Second, admit if you have been overly hard-headed or hard-nosed. I'm going to repeat everything because you really need to let it sink in. Admit if you have been overly hard-headed or overly hard-nosed, and in some cases, overly judgmental, overly criticizing, overly controlling, overly biased, overly one-sided. Remember that card earlier was about look closely and share. Share in everything. If you want to share in the win, if you want to share in the wealth, if you want to share in the abundance, if you want to share in the love and the transformation and the glory and the beauty of a door to personal healing and happiness, you have to participate. You have to collaborate, or there will be no sharing. There will be losing. And you cannot be hard-nosed on one side and one judgment. It cannot just be one way or no way. It cannot be this is the only good option. This is the only good way. This is the only smart choice. This is the only way, and I know because I'm older, wiser, experienced. I know what's happened before, and I know what's going to happen again. That's all wrong, says Spirit. You have a very big ego, and you're going to get knocked off your throne. You're not in control because you don't know what's best for everybody. I want to bless everybody, says Spirit. I want to give all of you the gold. I want to give all of you the win. And I'm not going to allow one person to make out like a bandit and the other one not. I'm not going to allow one person to flourish and one to suffer. I'm not going to allow someone to be just worried about one person and their well-being and not the other. That's wrong. And the universe may have to step in and do some kind of justice tower because this has been unfair. And somewhere I am getting an additional message. There's been an abuse of power. And the abuse of power is very painful. It's being a tyrant. It's saying, I have the power, remember? I have strings attached to you, remember? I have the control to hit the red button and eject, remember? I have the energy to hit that button for nuclear bombs, remember? I can destroy your life, remember? That's an abuse of power. That's being a controlling, manipulative, diabolical tyrant. Do you want to be that? Or does this other person want to be that? Spirit's not going to let them. Because somehow it's going to transform and evolve naturally. And somehow the Holy Spirit is working through, bringing the olive branch. And how do you know who's doing the dirty? I'll tell you a clue. The first person to apologize is the strongest. The first person to forgive is the bravest. And the first person to move on and let it go is the wisest. And if you're all three, you're right on target. So I'm telling you, that's how it works. And we said the olive branch is the path. Thank you.
I didn't put a lot of sugar in it, so.
That's good. No, I didn't even need. That's good. Thank you. Perfect. She makes the best coffee in the world. My daughter's not only beauty and brains, she's got talent. All right, guys. Wow, you're not going to get the next one, but it says, admit if you've been wrong. Ah, that hits me such on a personal level. And that's what this card is too. Don't be so stubborn. Admit if you've been wrong. Admit if you've pointed the finger too soon. You judged haphazardly. You were quick to judgment. You know, I fucked up. I made a big mistake. I did a wrong thing. That's okay. You're learned. Remember, the first to forgive is the strongest. I'm sorry, the first to apologize is the strongest. The first to say, I was wrong, I reflected. That's beautiful. You're strong. The first person to forgive them is brave, because it takes a strong individual to open up your heart again and tell someone, I love you, and this is more important than the mistake. You did hurt me, but you mean more to me than what you said. Our relationship means more to heal than what's been damaged. You know, sometimes it's not that a situation is going to break you. It's actually the situation is going to make you stronger. Sometimes people do have to break up to make up. Things have to fall apart to fall together. Sometimes you don't know what you have till it's gone. Sometimes you need that wake-up call. But remember what Spirit said. Share in the blame. Even if you apologize, it's not just your fault. You may have lost it on someone, but there's a reason. And you may have been crying out for help, just like I was. You just didn't know how to help yourself. You were going to other people saying, help me, help me, help me. They didn't have the answer. They couldn't fix it. This tower was destined, whether you liked it or not, because you had to go inside, pull out that ego, look at it, and deal with it. And maybe there's somebody else that needs to share in that moment. And there's somebody else out there in your relationship that also has to look inside themselves and go, wow, I had a lot going on. I had a lot going on. I was seeing things through vision, through eyes that were not how I wanted to be. Just like when Will Smith went on stage and said, you know, I am sorry that I did that. That was out of line. It was not okay. There is no excuse. That's not the person I want to be. And it's not the person I have always been. I posted something on social media today. I had a picture of an eagle. And the eagle says, a lot of people don't see your pain. They don't see your suffering. They don't see your cries for help. They don't see you're exhausted. They don't see that you're lost. And then you make a mistake. but the mistake is the only thing they're going to see. It's like people judge your decisions, but they don't look at why you made the decisions you made. Why? You don't know. Everyone has their own war inside of them. Everyone's fighting a battle you don't see. Be kind. And if you learned that lesson recently, if you learned that everyone's fighting that battle, be kind, and you've gone inside yourself and you've fixed and you've healed and you've reflected and you've done the work and you're trying, and someone else still doesn't want to fix this, someone else still fights you, kicks you while you're down, that's wrong. Let God deal with them. Let the universe deal with them. Because hate in your heart will consume you too. It's a disease. It's a virus. It's contagious. Don't let their anger, bitterness, resentment, and hate and bad actions rub off on you. Don't let their hopelessness rub off on you. Don't let their judgment rub off on you. Don't let their definitive, I know what the truth is, it is what it is, and always will be. Don't believe it. They're not God. They are not the ruler of the universe. They don't know you like God knows you. They don't know your intentions. They don't know what's in your heart. They don't know your path. And I don't care if they're your best friend, your husband or wife, or even your mother. They can say they know you inside and outside. They can say they know everything about you. They don't. Only God knows that. They're not with you in your mind and in your heart. They're just judging you. And even if they think they are psychic and intuitive, even spiritual people can be taken off course, taken off track, get blindsided, okay? Get distracted with judgments. And you know what? It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how hard you try. It doesn't matter what you do, okay? You're going to be evil in someone else's story. It doesn't matter the good you've done. It really, really, really doesn't. I need you to accept that truth today, if you're watching this. It doesn't matter all of the good things that you've done. You're not going to be liked by everyone. You're not going to be loved by everyone. And you may even be disgraced by someone very close to you. But you will be evil in someone else's story. You will be the villain. The wolf, the fox, the raven. Maybe that's just your lesson to them. Maybe you're just that teacher to them. Maybe you're just a tool that the universe has used to teach them something. Who knows? When, how, why, where, what, I don't know. And as much as you don't want to be that person, you want to be loved, liked, appreciated, seen for who you really are, even though you really want to be understood, with all your might, you want to be understood. With all your heart, you want someone to see your true actions and what was behind them and what really happened and how hard you tried and how much of an effort you made, the sacrifices, the love. You could bleed in front of someone. You could cut your wrists in front of someone and bleed for them. And you know what? That person still wouldn't go to your funeral. That person wouldn't bring a flower to your grave. That person wouldn't pat you on the back and say you were right if their life depended on it. And it's sad if that person is your best friend, your lover, or your mother. It's sad that that has to be that person. They could see you bleeding, and they still wouldn't rush in and say, I see you. I see you. Because all they see is their version of you. They've already decided who you are. They've already made a judgment. You're good, you're bad, or you're ugly, or whatever. They've already decided. You are the blank. You fill in the blank. And for those people, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. And I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter how hard you try. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of your energy. Don't do it. They're going to see you only one way. And there's no change. How can you tell that person is the way they are? They don't want to change. They're not open. If you're trying to offer an olive branch and they don't take it, they're not ready. Maybe they never will be. If you want to reach out with love and they slap your hand, that's on them. If you want to reach out with an apology and they don't want it, that's on them. If you want to reach out and say, I take blame and you should take blame as well, out of generosity, out of unselfishness, out of being humble and trying to make even ground so everyone can feel welcomed, so everyone can feel heard, so everyone can feel safe. And all they want to do is throw you under the bus and say, no, we're not on equal ground. You're over there, I'm over here. They don't want to be on equal ground with you. They don't want to be getting along, making amends, making peace, extending the olive branch. They want you crucified, period. Just like when Jesus was crucified. His own people crucified him, guys. That's like your own family, your own friends, your own lovers. Jesus was crucified by his own people, his Jews, the ones he came for, the ones he spoke for, the ones he lived for, the ones he held a flag for. They wanted him crucified. And that's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, your kids, your neighbor, your coworker, partner, whoever this is. It's unfortunate that sometimes you don't expect that kind of betrayal coming from them, but it does. And when it gets that ugly, just like when Jesus was with Pontius Pilate, and he felt guilty, and he said, I don't want his blood on my hands on Passover. I don't want his blood on my hands. You know, this is a holy day. It's not even my holy day, but I don't want to do that to him. And everyone's saying, screw it. And he said, we've beaten him almost to death. We have flogged him with the cat of nine tails, which had glass, bones, metal, leather. It was a terrible whip. It slaps your skin and rips off your flesh. He was beaten to a pulp. Pissed himself, probably. Lost all control of organs. He was beaten, humiliated. degraded. Is that enough? And funny how we're like coming to Easter right now. We're coming right over here to the Passover. And this is the story that comes up. Betrayal and crucifixions and never being able to please something. And I'm going to tell you, whoever you're dealing with, there's nothing you could do. Because even when somebody comes to your aid and stands by your side and says, he's been beaten enough, she's been beaten enough, there's humiliation, there's apologies, there's public announcements, there's suffering, there's crying, there's talks, there's actions, there's suffering beyond suffering. Is that enough? Can we stop? Does this have to keep going on and on, further and further and further and further and further and further? Do you want to keep this going? Has it not gotten bad? Is it not fucked enough? And that's Pontius Pilate to the people saying, all right, he's almost dead. I think he's learned his lesson. Why don't you guys go home and go do Passover? Okay? Leave him alone. Even the people that were being crucified next to him were like, he doesn't deserve to be here. He didn't do anything to deserve this. Someone in my video here is going through something and you don't deserve it. That's the message today. Someone has been unjustly hurt. Maybe more than one person in this scenario. And just as we're ready to call it enough with the suffering, there's somebody that screams out and says, crucify him. I don't care if he suffered and almost died and humiliated. We want the deed done. We want the deed done. We don't want this person to suffer. We want this person to pay. We want this person to lose. I want them to lose everything. Their money, their house, their life, their job, their sanity, their peace, their health, their happiness, their prosperity. I want them to lose. Crucify him. Let him go. Your own family, your own lovers, his own people. The betrayal. Wow. Spirit says, wow, that's what you want. You want to crucify the Lamb. You want to crucify the person that humbly came out, destroyed their ego, acted selflessly. It's the strongest person to be the first one to apologize, admit when they're wrong. You know why they're the strongest? Because they overcame their own ego. They overcame their own desires. They overcame what they wanted, and they gave it away. They gave it away. That's why they're the strongest. It takes a strong person to give away what you want. They may have wanted someone to apologize to them, but instead they took the first step and they said, I'm going to be the one to be the bigger person and apologize, even if that's what I want. It's a collective reading. No signs. So that person is the first person. And that's why they are the strongest of the bunch. And it does take someone to be brave to speak up and say, I forgive. Now, when Jesus was crucified, and the rabbis, they were not brave. She could have said, I'm sorry, not she. The people, the rabbis could have said, thank you. I think that's enough. We probably made a mistake here, being that it's Passover. And we were too hasty, too quick to judge. We didn't expect all this brutality on our holy day. Can you forgive us? Or we forgive this person. We want to not crucify him. We want to forgive him, and we want to just let him live his life. That would have been the brave. But they would have had to embarrass themselves. They would have had to be put in a position to where they kind of go back on being angry, go back on being slighted, go back on feeling like they want justice. Forgiveness is coming together with peace and setting aside the ego and the judgment mallet. So yeah, the bravest person is the one that is willing to step in front of the line and say in front of everyone and every people, I forgive. I'm the first to forgive. And you should all forgive too. Is a very brave person. Anyways, we're going to move on, guys. You guys get the gist of the story. Let's go ahead and get the next card. We just got this the other day. Number 54, watch a movie. Maybe you guys need to watch an Easter movie. Maybe you need to watch the movie of Jesus being crucified. Easter is coming up. Maybe that The Passion of the Christ is a good movie for you to watch. Maybe any movie about forgiveness is a good movie to watch. Maybe The Shack. But this is a symbol that now's a good time to cozy up, watch a movie, and get inspired. Even if this whole situation is not about forgiveness, whether you're not forgiving someone or someone is not forgiving you, a situation is coming to an end. Hard times are just about over, and Spirit wants you to follow the peace olive branch, follow the signs, follow the dove, and let things change naturally. You're never going to go back to the way it was. Your relationship is never going to be the way it was. It's changed forever. Somebody's revealed some piece of themselves that was either good, bad, or ugly, and it has changed. And it's just going to have to evolve now, however it evolves. And be bigger people, be better people, be braver people, be stronger people, be loving people. That's the advice. That's the path. Anyways, take some time out to reflect and get inspired. And aside that message is whatever you're dealing with, if it's a financial burden, if it's a hard time, the message is about manifestation. And there's a very good way for you to get inspired about big dreams, big houses, big things, big business, big relationships. If you guys start watching movies, it helps you visualize what it is you want. And you guys are going to start manifesting that marriage, that union, that house, that freedom, that business, that body, that home. Spirit's like, watch things visually on TV, because if you're going to start watching and visualizing, you're going to start getting momentum to make it happen. And, so that's about manifestation, but also about love and kindness and relationship stuff. Like, watch movies that are inspirational about peace, okay? Because that's going to inspire you too. About love, okay? And relationships, and how you can come back from a hard place. So anyways, I think a lot of you guys can come back. from a bad situation. You're going to get to bounce back. So these are all changeable. Remember when we started this message, this is all changeable. These are things you have power over. These are things that are still movable. Okay, these are things that you can apply yourself to. All right, so the door to personal healing and happiness. I hope you guys take it. Let's see what is certainly already done. Lessons you should already know. Lessons learned. Deeds done. Things that are set in stone. Things you must do. No ifs, ands, buts about it. These are must-haves, must-dos, must-sees. Everything I'm about to show you at the bottoms of the deck is just a must. No negotiation. So let's go ahead and reveal. Wow, bottom of the deck, we have achievement. All that effort finally paid off. You've worked really hard for something, guys. Be it your business, be it your marriage, be it buying a house, be it starting a business. I think I already said that, sorry. I don't know what this is, okay? But I want you to know that this is success. This is an Oscar. This is an award. This is a golden opportunity for recognition, even if it's just to yourself. This is something you worked really hard for, an achievement. You deserve a little celebration, my friend. I took this picture after we went through a long hike, and we got to the top of this mountain, and I looked over, and the campground was somewhere down here by this lake. We came a long way. But look at the view. And there was cuts and bruises and smashed fingers and sweating and thirst and exhaustion on the way up and down. But the point is, sometimes after you're working so hard to get somewhere, just pause for a little bit and admire how far you've come. Take a look at the view. You do have something to be proud of. You do have something you've achieved. And there's a very big payoff, a very big reward that is coming. And enjoy it. Enjoy it. Okay. What is the next certainty? Ooh, bottom of the deck, attachment. You may be too attached to something. You may be too attached to an idea. You may be too attached to a relationship. You may be too attached to a judgment. You may be too attached to a home. This is about detaching. Fear. False evidence appearing real. You may just be having some issues letting go of something. Maybe letting go of control. A lot of you guys want that control. You want to be the puppet master. You want to have control over a situation and you're losing it. Or it's like naturally evolving to where you no longer have control. It's like having a teenager and letting them move out, like 19, you know, and you're like, I'm moving out of the house. There's nothing you can do about it. You're going to cry. You're going to be upset. You're going to feel like an empty nester. You're going to feel like, oh my God, no, please don't. You know, you want to have control over what they eat, when they sleep, where they're at, where they're going, who they're with. This is sad to let go of control because you don't know what's going to happen. That's very difficult. Being a mom is the hardest job. You love someone so much. Well, not all moms love their kids, but most of them. I'm not speaking for everyone. But most moms, okay, they love their kids so much that letting go of them is the hardest thing they could ever possibly do. And it's the most scary thing. But I'm going to read that to you. It could be about love. A lot of you guys are having a relationship that is ending. Also, you know, business partnerships. Oh, your mom is the best? That's awesome. Okay. Perceived need and the choice to let go. So somebody has a perceived, preconceptualized need. It says, in the upright position, this card reveals that your passage forward is being stopped by strong attachments to old patterns or people from the past. The chain at your wrist is bolted of fear from the past or desperation about the future. Although you may wear the mask of pretense or even contentment, you simply can't seem to go forward. The stuff that's keeping you stuck could be physical addictions, emotional patterns, or even old relationships. Are you living in fear, addicted to old? If so, the chains that bind you could be of your own making. This card is telling you that it's time to take action, and you need to break out of your chains and move forward to an open, free, healthy, authentically happy life. It may take some courage to let go. But know that you are capable of doing it. Until you do so, the difficult energy will repeat itself, keeping you stuck. And remember, this is very confusing. You're like, what is it I'm not letting go of? Is it talking directly about my relationship? Is it talking directly about my house? Is it talking directly about my ego? Is it talking directly about my control over the situation? And it may get you confused. Back on that same track, fork in the road, what does it mean? What do I need to let go of? What exactly do I need to let go of? And remember, whenever you have that question, just like the door to happiness, follow the path of least resistance. Follow the path of the olive branch. Follow the path of love, light, forgiveness, understanding, trust, peace. It will lead you towards what you do need to let go of. Maybe it's that relationship. Maybe it is that house. Maybe it is your ego. Maybe it is your control. Maybe it is just letting those teenagers go live on their own. You know, who knows what it is. Whatever it is, guys, like, you'll know what it is and you'll get the answer as long as you're in peace. If you're forceful, like, oh, I know exactly what that is. I know it needs to be let go of. It's that. You're in the wrong vibration. Because remember, the vibration for happiness is the peace and olive branch. So if you're ever in a judgy vibration, it's the wrong one. And you know that maybe your judginess is what needs to be let go of. All right. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, Stephanie, this is not me. I'm not judgy. I'm not in this position. I don't have an ego. I don't have any problems. I don't have a relationship to worry about. I don't have any of this going on. Or you say, I am the victim. I didn't do any of these things to anyone. They did it to me. I don't know what to say to that, except this probably isn't directed towards you. Maybe it's directed towards them. But I also don't want to forget the message that we got when we first started. And that was the cherries, and it said share. And then it had the magnifying glass that said look closely. And that to me really meant there's always something inside that can be better. And you should share in the message. It's not always just directed at one person. You should share. And there's something you can do to be better. Just look closely. And, you know, I don't want to forget that card. Okay? Because that was our first message. That was our first message. I feel like there's another message we should grab. Unlock. Unlock some stuck vision. Unlock some door that's closed in your heart, in your mind. Unlock possibilities. You know, stop being closed off, reserved, defensive. Open. And also let it go. Let it go and let it transform. Let the butterfly fly. Let things happen naturally. Okay? Don't fight it. Again, the only answer to your reading so far is don't fight it. Don't fight what's happening. If there is a change and it's like manifesting and it's rolling, don't try to stop where it's rolling. If you see something has momentum and there's no stopping it, like it's just one thing after another, after another, after another, and it's preventing you from doing something, you need to allow that tower to happen, because something that you wanted here is not going to happen. And that's just for everyone. Oh, insane justice. Damn, you're always hitting my G-spot, Steph. I'm crying a river over here. Oh, God damn. I love you. Oh, girl, I love you so much. Thank you for always being here and watching my videos. I'm so glad that these messages touch lives. And I'm so glad that Spirit uses my gifts and me and gives me my gifts to speak these messages of help and healing. I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And I'm so glad he uses my life as a testimony and an example to help other people too. All right. So anyways, let's keep going. We're almost done here. What is another certainty, my friends? Something already set in stone, done, and we need to just deal with it. Page of Cups. Woo! Love is in motion, my friends. Love, 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 love. Love is on the way. Love is all we need, right? Apologies, romance. This is all good. All good things. Guys, that cup of love. Look at that fish, Pisces. We do have that Pisces moon speaking to ya. He's speaking to the page. He's like, let's talk. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I'm sorry. And I care about you. And you're important to me. And you're my heart. And just emotions, you know, communication with love. That's a certainty. Whatever's happening, Spirit's like, I know for certain what is needed, wanted, and desired and happening is love. I know for certain that we're going to start communicating with more love. I know for certain that our waters are going to be flowing. Okay? So that's great. I want to get one more little mini additional message for you from the book with that, and then one little mini. But I want to just read from you, not from my opinion, but from the book. A lot of you guys love it when I do that. That's why I do it. I don't have to do it. I know what the cards mean, but I just want to share additional, okay? So this is for sure, and it says here, dreamy, youthful, and personable. Psychic visions, imaginations, games, art, gentleness, open-mindedness. This sweet child of cups reflects all the soft, intuitive parts of your psyche. It is movements of love being carried away by the wonder of imagination. Listening to music, reading books, watching incredible films, feeling moved by movies or music. It is feeling young and free above all things, and feeling what is impossible is possible. I love it. Pisces, again, really strong. Whatever's impossible is possible. That is that additional message, okay? And to clarify that, Spirit, guide and direct me with an additional message for the Page of Cups. Please use these cards. Okay. We have, bottom of the deck, lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Something that was one way is going to evolve into another way. This is another tower that is the lightning. So the bottom of the deck is this Page of Cups message is definitely a surprise. No one expected this apology, or no one expected this dream to be actually possible. You know, this is unexpected news. Unexpected emotional energy put into your situation. No one saw it coming. And what are the two cards that are additional? We have the Sword and the Rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, force, honor, protection, power. Mostly it's about clarity and truth. It is about a revelation. This Page of Cups is going to come in with clarity. He's going to speak truth from his heart. Just know that whatever's happening, someone is going to start communicating from their heart. And no one saw it coming, but it's good. It's blessed and it's spiritual. The other message is, this beautiful love message is going to come from the runner. It's a runner. This person is a runner in a codependent relationship. They have a fear of intimacy, and they were listening to their ego. Probably a water sign, most likely a Pisces, but it could be a Cancer or a Scorpio as well. But just know that the runner's going to be giving the, I think, apology. The runner's going to give the apology. So whoever was the first person to run, they're going to turn around and say, I'm sorry. They're going to turn around and say, I made a mistake. Shocking news. Epiphany. That's the lightning card. It literally says the word epiphany. Someone had a wake-up call, and they're absolutely sorry about it. And they do have a revelation and a clarity with that Capricorn moon energy. And it's just like reality check. I had a reality check. I got to put myself in check. I'm sorry. Can you forgive me? So expect an apology. That's a certainty. All right. Love is coming into the equation. Another card. Not changeable. Oh, this is the North Node of the Moon. He says, get out of your comfort zone. Ketu represents the castle and the fortress. Rahu represents the jungle, the forest, the wild. You're going to have to put on your exploration gear, guys, because Rahu is like, look, I don't know what the fuck's going on with everybody, but I am putting you all out of your comfort zone. That's for damn sure. I hope you packed. So sorry. A lot of you guys are going to be going on a trip or a vacation or a getaway. Somewhere you've never been before. You are making plans to go who knows where, but it is somewhere you've never been. You're also about to step into territory that you've never been. This may be a new business. This may be a responsible hat you've never had on your head before. This may be more work, more money. This could be totally new money. You're not used to having money. This could be the first time you've actually seen the error of your own ways and you're shocked. And you're just like, who am I? Who is this person? You're getting out of your comfort zone like, is this me? Oh my God, I'm a whole new person. Major transformation. I love myself, but who am I? Okay? This is a newfound freedom. And it's scary. We're going to read it for you so you could get your clarity. Are you ready? I hope you're ready. This is the last card out of the whole deck. And you know what? Spirit saves the best for last. Of course, this isn't the last card I'm going to read, but it's the last card out of this deck, okay? Guys, there's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind you somehow, because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy, fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the things that scare you within reason. You don't want to jump ship, jump into an ocean full of sharks and go, ooh, I'm feeling exhilarated. That's not what the message is all about. Like I said, most of this message could be an inside job. Not all of this is literally exterior. This might be a new way of living spiritually and emotionally. For some of you, it is literally a new house, a new job, a new relationship, a new singleness, whatever. For some of you, it is really real, but just take it how it resonates, okay? Anyways, if you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing something that scares you within reason. This card is about living your life on purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life. You were incarnated to finally live, to find courage, to make the leap. There's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, why did I wait so long? Mariah! I know I'm headed in the right direction is the attuned to the moon message. The additional meanings for this card is you're headed for something that feels like destiny. You need to face fear and get over it. It's time to stop obsessing about someone, something, or something you want. Stop obsessing. It's not your business. It's not your problem. Let it go. The universe is trying to take it from your hands. Stop fighting it. If anyone watching me is fighting what is happening, then this message is let go. It's happening. Jump into your fear. The other message here is stand on your own 2 feet. Wow, and Pisces is about feet. You've got to stand on your own 2 feet. You've got to do it by yourself. If you have to go somewhere, do something, be something where you need a partner, it's not the right time. If you can do something by yourself, even small, take the first step. The first step is not the only step, and it doesn't have to be the biggest. A ladder gets you to where you need to go, but there's a bunch of little steps to get there. You don't have to go from point A to point B. Just start taking the steps. Anyways, the teaching of this card is the node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going north. It's a karmic point. And the horoscope chart shows us where we need to do this and how we need to go in our life for satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds you, to paraphrase Andre Gide, that in order to discover new oceans, you have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. Spirit, can you clarify what this new leap is for? I think a lot of people want clarity. Yeah, we've been on 150 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. But I go in deep. I don't just do little tiny messages. We really go inside of it. It's a big surgery of a reading. So we have step out of your comfort zone. What does this mean, Spirit? What do we need to step out of the comfort zone? I want past, present, future. What do we have to step out of the comfort zone? Give us exact details. I feel 6 of Cups, but I don't know. What are the exact details? Okay, so the confirmation is it's not dead. It's not over. It needs to transform. Getting out of your comfort zone is facing a responsibility. That's what I'm hearing. Scorpio Death card. You have to face responsibility. You can't just walk away, cut ties, end something. This is not how you do it. Out of your comfort zone is facing it head on with strength, courage, and going with adversity. It's going to be difficult, but you can definitely do it. Let's read Death in the book so you know it's not just coming from me, an additional message. You need to deal with being unable to face change. This whole reading has been about unable to face changes. Forcing old habits on new circumstances. Telling people they are who they've always been. You're going to get what you've always got. It's going to be what it's always been. I know you. That's what you need to get away from. Old. That's why I was feeling 6 of Cups. The past does not need to replay itself. Attacking surface issues. So surface issues without dealing with the heart of the issue. A surface issue is like, you guys don't get along, so you need to move. That's attacking the surface. I know you guys don't get along. We know moving is a good answer because it separates. But what's the heart? Is it irresponsibility? Is it a lack of taking responsibility? Is it not speaking your truth? Is it not getting honest with someone? Is it not reflecting inside yourself and having an ego death? This is an ego death. Don't attack surface issues without getting to the heart. Don't, that song, listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. That song, listen to your heart. That's what this reading is about. The surface issue is separating because you're pissed. But listen to your heart because there's an underlying issue that needs resolve. Anyways, you must learn to let go. So let go of a house. Let go of your ego. Let go of your man or your woman or your marriage. Let go of your children. Let go of things because if you hang on to them for dear life and you're not willing, you're hurting yourself. And the interesting message from Spirit is, if you're willing to let go, I'm willing to transform this situation, and that's Scorpio, and that's death, and that's the 8th house. If you're willing to learn, if you're willing to reflect, if you're willing to let go of your pride and your ego and your attachment, and we do have that card here, attachment. If you're willing to let go of what you're attached to and get out of your comfort zone, I'm willing to transform and step in for you, okay? So that's that message. The additional past, present, future. Where's the past? All right, past, the Hierophant. The past is you made a commitment. You took an oath. You were committed to something. This is a marriage. This is a promise. This is a contract. This is a dedication. This is a belief. It's also just a belief in something. Dedication, all right? That's the past. Belief, promise, dedication. Present, Queen of Wands. I want what I want because I want it. Winning at all cost. This is just winning at all cost. Saying, I'm right. I get what I want. I win. I'm the boss. I'm the queen. I'm the power. Don't abuse power. You know, the Queen of Wands upright does not want to abuse power. She wants to trust her instincts and her intuition and be magical and believe in manifestation. So, that is, you got to get out of your comfort zone and use your intuition and manifest and believe in the impossible and take action towards things you really want. If you really want something, the Queen of Wands says, are you willing to fight for it? If you really love someone, are you willing to speak up? If you really want that car, are you willing to fight to get that car? If you really want this house, are you willing to fight to get this house? If you really want this marriage to work, are you willing to fight and get this marriage to work by doing at any cost? What are you willing to do is the Queen of Wands. How much are you willing to fight for what you love? That's a message from the Queen of freaking Wands, the Queen of fire and passion and creation. She doesn't make excuses. She makes a way. That's the message. Future. What about your comfort zone for the future? Wow! If that's not the truth, you have to be willing to forgive, to heal, to mend old wounds. Get out of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone, it doesn't want to deal with this heart of the issue. Just the surface. Why did this relationship come to turmoil? Why is this job reaching a peak where there's problems or who knows what? Why are you here suffering? Once you can answer why, it's because you've reflected. And then you can start healing. Once you discover what you were committed to, what you believed in, what you fought for, you can make sense of what you need to do to make it better. Because you got to be willing to make it better. You got to be willing to heal. We're going to read the Three of Swords because it's not just my opinion. It is the message, the additional message for the Three of Swords in reverse. It says, moving past an issue, my friends. I'm going to read it twice to you. Moving past an issue that once cost you so much pain. You are free. I want you to breathe that in like fresh air. In the future, get out of your stuckness here. Rahu wants you into your jungle, out of your comfort zone. The north node of the moon, currently in Taurus, wants you to move past a stuck issue that once cost you so much pain. Were you molested? Time to deal with it. The heart of the root of your issues. Why do you have problems with your relationships? Why do you feel rejected? It's a root, not the surface issue. Why do you feel abandonment? Were you abandoned? Why do you feel the way you do in relationships? Why do you run? Why do you push away? Why do you hide? The root, heart of the issue. This is getting to the root of your problems. Why are you feeling frustrated in a relationship? Why are you always being shortchanged? Why are you always feeling less than? because you never speak up. You're afraid. You're afraid to ask for what you deserve. You're afraid to ask the universe. You're afraid to ask your partner. You're afraid to ask your roommates or your family or your husband, wife, whatever. Anyways, these are the roots of the issues. If you have a problem and you are afraid to say, I have a boundary, you're crossing it. If you're afraid to say, this is bothering me, because you don't want to cause problems, then the root of your issue is not them hurting you, stepping on you, disrespecting you, whatever. The root is you have allowed them. You opened the door, you gave them the key, whatever. You let them come in and do the dirty. Door wide open. And the root of it is not them actually hurting you. It's you allowing these things. Revelations. And Rahu wants to give you that clarity, that revelation. And you know what Rahu represents in astrology is smoke and mirrors. He wants to present you with fear, false evidence appearing real, objects in the mirror that appear closer than they really are. He wants you to think you have more of something than you do, and it's more of a problem than it is, and it's more scary than it is, and it's more than what they said. That's all Rahu, smoke and mirrors. So he wants you, his lesson as a teacher is to teach you that what you believe and what you fought for, your ego may be wrong. You have to be willing to get to the heart of the issue and move past it so you're free. Because it's not just your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband or your wife. That's the problem. It's not just your daughter or your son. That's the problem. It's not just your brother or your sister. That's the problem. It's not just your boss or your job or your roommate. That's the problem. There is a root. Your whole life system is based on it. And anyways, to clarify it, you have to be willing to get past that. Don't repeat old patterns. And stop living in a vortex where I know what it is, I know what it was, and what it will be again. Stop saying if it was this, it's going to be it again. Stop saying that. Stop repeating and regurgitating the past. Quit regurgitating. If you catch yourself saying, I know who you are, I know who it was, I know what happened, I know what keeps happening, and I know it will happen, catch yourself in that vortex. Stop, 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 stop repeating, stop repeating, stop repeating. Stop repeating the cycle and the story of abuse. It's not going to lead to abandonment. It's not going to lead to abuse. You might fight for underdogs because you were abused. You might fight for people that you feel are being under a tyrannical, abusive power relationship, and you're trying to save them because you think they're like this poor little puppy. Realistically, after the smoke and mirrors move out of the way, you're fighting for you. You've put yourself emotionally involved in a situation from the past. And you know I was channeling Six of Cups. And you're twisting your feelings about what happened to you at some place in time and making it right now. So the fight that you're actually fighting is not real. You're still healing from the past. And you're wrong. And that's why you have to do the reflection. That's the lightning bolt, the change, the personal boundaries, the reflection. You just need a wake-up call. And it's about being unattached to the past. Unattached to your sad past. Unattached to your mad past. Unattached to your any past. And like we talked about earlier in this reading, are you feeling happy right now? This too shall pass. Are you feeling sad right now? This too shall pass. Are you pissed off right now? This too shall pass. Are you feeling burdened and stuck and sad and hurt and all about that right now? The world is over? This too shall pass. Remember those key factors. Don't put your foot in your mouth. Don't overreact. And if you do, during this evolution of who you are, be the first one to say sorry. Be the first one to reflect and take the mask off. Be the first one to forgive. And be the first one to move on. You'll be the happiest. You'll be the free person. So that's Rahu. That's what's going on there. Okay? Last card. What is for certain that we know is a fact? Not changeable. Not negotiable. It is what it is. What is this? For you. This is a self-love, self-care card. Abundance planning. And she's got here a list. This is Virgo vibes. She's got living expenses, education and business, self-development, savings, travel, free, keep track of your finances and time. Don't shop when you're hungry. Make plans. Be responsible. That's what her book says. She's counting out money in front of her. She's planning. Listen, what's non-negotiable is there needs to be a plan. Not just for a current little immediate situation, but for your life. Time is ticking. You only have a set amount of seconds for your life, a set amount of years, a set amount of birthdays, a set amount of Christmases, a set amount of family visits. You only have, time is running out. You only have so much time. Not that we want to worry about time, but you better manage your life better, because you don't want to be the one that looks back and says, I wasted so much time being angry, being resentful, being judgmental, being pissed, being sad, being lonely, being broke. You're going to look back and you're going to waste a lot of fucking time if that's the momentum you want to be in. You better start planning, manifesting, getting inspired. That's non-negotiable. Let's read it. By the way, it's number 1. The mantra for this card is, I attract a level of abundance in alignment with myself and my self-worth. And I am reflective of my generous nature. Let's say this together because this is a mantra. I attract a level of abundance in alignment with my self-worth and reflective of my generous nature. Are you generous? Do you think you're generous, but maybe somebody else says you are totally not? Reflect on that message. If you are generous, believe me, it's well known. If there's more than one person to say you're not, you should worry. One person's opinion doesn't matter. But if it's your whole family, you know there's an issue. If it's your kids saying, yeah, you're really stingy, you're not, it's an issue. You can't go around thinking smoke and mirrors. I am so generous. I help people in need all the time. But then everyone else in your family's like, you won't give $1 to your brother. You wouldn't sign on anything for someone who needed it. You wouldn't loan your car to someone if they asked. You wouldn't, you have ideas about giving. Oh, I would give $5,000 to help somebody. But you would be calling them every day, where's my money, where's my money, where's my money, what are you doing, what are you doing, controlling. See, generosity is not handing over $1. It's not handing over $1,000. Generosity is not going out of your way with strings attached. That's not generosity. You don't want to, example, you don't want to help a homeless person, give them $10 and say, listen, I want you to go buy a bag of bread. I want you to buy a pack of ham and cheese. I want you to buy cans of soup. And I want you to buy a packet of water bottles with the money I gave you. That's not generous. That's controlling. That's helping with strings attached. Maybe that person really wanted a warm meal. Maybe that person wants a nice warm bed tonight. You don't know what that person wants to do with that gift. That's not generous, my friends. I'm not accusing you of doing that. I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just using that as an example. When you are generous, it doesn't come with strings. It doesn't come with, how do you say, like conditions, ultimatums. So if you think you're generous, believe me, just because you go out of your way for someone, but there's rules, regulations, strings, conditions, that is not in alignment with generosity. So like I said, you may have an idea that you're a generous person because you donated $500 somewhere, but if you told them what to do with it, you're not generous. So be careful about your mantras and what you think generosity is, because a lot of this whole message is about losing control. Stop being the puppet master with the strings. Surrender. Let change happen naturally. Let people do what they need to do without being manipulative, condescending, or intimidating and destructive because of ego. Anyways, your financial health is an essential aspect of your overall wellness and practice. It's time to take a closer look at how you're spending and saving your money and even making your money. It's time to review all your bank accounts, investments, and credit cards, as well as any loans you're carrying. Doing so will help you get clear on your financial status. Then make a practical plan to lower your expenses, increase your income and savings, and repay any debt. An excellent place to start is at your local bank with a financial advisor. Work with your bank or advisor to optimize your accounts to have the lowest fees and highest interest rates possible. In addition, you can get set up with automatic bill payments, transfer monthly deposits into a savings account, and begin consolidating any debt you may be carrying. The other side of your financial abundance equation is generating more money. How you can do that and being creative in finding ways. If you're working towards this, it can be achieved by negotiating a raise at your current job or just using creativity. Consider applying for a promotion or extending yourself to something different. If you are an entrepreneur, look into raising your fees or prices or developing new marketing strategies and expanding your product and your offerings, as well as other ways to increase your margins. Journal prompt, because there's like journaling throughout this book. People are supposed to journal. What was your family's relationship with money like when you were growing up? Question mark. How has that impacted your relationship with money? Question mark. So if you guys want to journal that, you can. Okay? All right, since this whole message is about letting go, I do feel prompted to read one more from a deck that focuses on letting things go. And so I'm going to give you one final direction with those cards, and it is the Kali Oracles, and it's going to be a message about your business of letting go, whatever this is, a relationship, a business, a house, friendships, egos, whatever your little business is that you're letting go of, okay? You'll know. Spirit, guide and direct me about a message about letting go. Please give me a message about letting go. Bottom of the deck is Kali Kapali. She's beautiful. Which is literally, wow, the front picture. Okay, and the next one is Guna Tantrika. All right? Have no clue what's going on here. I'm just going to read. Where's the book? I just literally had it. Number 5. Okay. The Divine Mother manifests the cure for when we feel overwhelmed or confused, lost, or when we feel like we're falling apart or locked into stagnation. She is the superior medicine, even when we may not be sure what is needed to bring our lives back into balance. She holds the answers. Tune into your heart, and there you will find her sacred prescription of peace, love, forgiveness, kindness. Trust your inner guiding sense of what to do or not to do next. Trust that the better order is being established. Oh, guys, I just want to cry. And number 5 is challenge and change. Trust that the better order is being established. That just brings so much comfort. Okay. This whole picture is about the medicine mother, and she generates and regulates 3 inherent qualities within the phenomena, including your body, mind, and soul. These are qualities known as the gunas. She is the fire of the rahas. She is the energy taking action and hustling for your sacred manifestation. When our actions rest upon this pure-hearted foundation, our activities can be enlightened. Even if we don't always recognize the positive and sometimes far-reaching impact of our actions, we need to slow down, heal, quiet, ground ourselves, regroup. Kali Tamas is the heaviness that allows your heart to settle after a storm. This is the temporary inertia that stills momentum and allows for deep restoration and renewal. Take rest helps to stay the course as long as needed. As you call upon Kali, she strengthens the qualities. This is going to help you remember that in times of storms, it's good to rest, it's good to sit, it's good to ground, it's good to make sense, it's good to regroup. You might have the powerful urge to take action, to rush, but really you need to take a sit down and breathe. All we can do is call upon her and ask her to help pour her energy into our hearts to settle our souls. But this is about wisdom and healing through spiritual instincts. Your body and your mind and your soul knows what you need to do. It knows your answers. Trust it. Settle. Settle the soul. Settle the soul. Settle the storm. That's what I'm hearing. What is your fortune cookie, guys? Spirit, guide and direct me. Oh boy. Set the stage, honey. Go public. Whatever this is, like, make it known. Reach out. Speak. Don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Put yourself out there on the stage for everyone to see. Your ego death, your humility, your love, your affection, your generosity, your voice, your lessons. Don't hide it. Go public. Okay? It's time for you to put yourself out there. It's not time to hide behind closed doors. It's time to be seen. Maybe have a meeting in public too. If somebody that like you're fighting with, maybe meet in public because you don't want to have like, you know, drama. Okay, the bottom of the deck is someone from the past is returning. I'm missing you. Oh, guys. Guys, what? Say what? Say what? No. Okay, but for real, somebody, whoever this is, family, friends, lovers, whatever, they're coming back from the past. And you guys know I was channeling 6 of Cups. You are going to make amends with somebody from the past, okay? And they miss you. They do miss you, and they love you. Good Lord. Soon you're going to look back at this and laugh. It's only temporary. It may not feel like that right now, but that shit happens. Anyways, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching my channel and this message. I know there was a lot of talking in it and just stuff, you know, and thank you for listening. If you heard the whole message in full, I appreciate you. If you missed a lot of it, I hope you rewind and catch a lot of it. It was very good. There's always pearls. There's always gems. There's always wisdom. In every minute of the video, there's gems. I don't want you to miss out. Please, you know, watch the video in its entirety, even if you're driving, studying, cleaning, whatever, resting. I hope you get a chance. And I'm sorry about the annoying coughs and sickness and all that, but things happen for a reason. Anyways, guys, I love you, and I just hope you find peace. This message was not intended for anyone to feel judged or spanked or convicted. I just speak from the heart. I ask Spirit to be with me in a message and use me to communicate whatever needs to be heard. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not worried about social graces. I'm not worried about people pleasing. I'm not worried about pleasing any collective. I'm not worried about that. And I'm not worried about your feelings. I love you and I love your feelings. But I know if I really love you, you have to hear what you have to hear. That's just a Sagittarian fact, and that's who I am. So I hope you took it with grace. Know that also this message is not always directed at you. Even though I say you, that's how I speak. That's how I project the message. But sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes it's about someone that you are watching this video for or about. But most of the time, you found this video. Spirit led you. And it is about you. And it is something you need to hear. So you can be better. If you want help in transforming your life, I keep promoting it. I put a video in my community section on YouTube, and it is a Shiva mantra that will transform your life. It really worked for me. Maybe I just was open. I opened the door to Spirit. I had an invitation. Come in, change me. Maybe that's what made it work. But all I know is it works. And I am a different person than I was last week. A very different person than I was last week. So I feel very good about myself. I'm in a very good place. And if you guys are stuck and you want to get there, I do recommend watching that mantra video at some point. I think it's good for you. And good luck planning, guys. Good luck planning. I think this is needed. You're going to get your stuff together. I love you so much. And be well. Thank you for watching me. Remember that this reading and your life and this journey is a big journey, and it's an ocean full of emotions and experiences. And sometimes it's going to hit you pretty hard. But just keep swimming. This too shall pass, right? It will. So just keep swimming. You're going to move like a little fish through each of these situations in your life, and you're going to be all right. You are. You're going to be all right. And that's it. I love you guys with my heart. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Please like my video and subscribe if you haven't yet already. I'd appreciate that. I could also use donations and support. I'm not begging. Yes, I do ask people. A lot of people say, oh, you know, I don't ever ask for money. I never will ask. You know, that's fine. That's on them. I could certainly use the support for my channel. I don't get as much on my channel as a lot of people. So yeah, I could definitely use the support. So if anybody wants to donate anything to me, cards, or you know, just money for cards, or just money for candles, or you know, money for coffee, or just a dollar to say I love you, I think about you, and you mean something to me, all of those little love donations do help me stay afloat. I'm only one person, and I'm a single mom, and I have my own business, and I'm trying to keep it afloat in hard times. So whatever you guys ever want to give me is super appreciated. There's no dollar amount that's needed. It's just appreciated. And for all of those of you that do participate in those things, thank you so much for your generosity from the bottom of my heart. And may you be blessed tenfold for whatever it is you give me and in support of these messages. Thank you so much for your donations. If you guys are interested in purchasing anything from me, I'm a little behind, but I have those available, and I fill up pretty fast. I am a genuine reader, therefore it's pretty popular by demand, and that's just how it works. And I am behind. I've been sick. I had other things going on. So if you want to just get in line and wait a while, it's good to just put it out there and support me if you want to have a reading. I'm getting my life together and on track, and I'm on it. So it's good to just be there. And if you want to support and order anything for me, that's on www.jks1111.com. If you guys are interested in having privates done publicly, I have the 100 Club. The 100 Club is $100. It's a loving donation thing, and you get 10 questions over a period of time. I never preset the dates. I never guarantee when they're going to happen. It's just I do the 100 Club readings, and you're able to ask a question for yourself and get it answered publicly on lives for the 100 Club. I only allow a certain amount of people in the 100 Club. Currently, it's at 20 people. Right now, I think I have 15, but I'm pretty sure that that's running low because a lot of those people have overextended their 10 questions or they're near the end. So I could still use some participants if you guys want to be a member of the 100 Club. I'll be doing that on Wednesday, the 100 Club questions. If anybody's wanting to be a part of it, you can go to www.jks1111.com. I also do extendeds. I've had some current issues with that technical situations that have kept some logouts. I don't know what's going on with that, or some video playbacks. That's getting resolved. I have been experiencing some internet issues. I still don't have my new modem. I do think there's a few videos backlogged because they're uploading and they're not rendering. So I need to get some help on that. But that is a quick resolve. I'm attending to it. But there is a vault of videos in my extendeds. And if you guys ever want to go get bonus messages because you think we're soul sisters or soul family, okay, and you think I've got a message for you in there, hidden a little gem, if you want to be a part of my membership subscription family, it's only $33 a month. And that is available on my website as well. And it's a great affordable option to where you get to get a lot of videos from like years. And you just get to pick what calls you. And also you're supporting me. So I'd appreciate it as a friend. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Please be well. Take care of yourselves. Rest. Be rejoiceful. You guys have come a long way. I know it's intimidating to look at your difficulties. but you do deserve to say you've come a long way. And your situations that are very difficult are near the end, because you are at the end of a tough cycle that approaches. So I love you guys. Bye-bye. Just keep swimming. Thank you, Markers, and everyone who's moderated and helped me with everything. I love you a lot. Bye, guys.